When BTS's Jungkook touched down in Los Angeles, speculation immediately began to swirl, not from a place of wild fanfare, but from curious observation. Why LA? Why now? The global megastar, who recently marked 2 years since the release of his solo track 7, has returned to the spotlight with careful precision. Yet this time, the focus isn't a chart topper or a viral dance challenge. His presence in LA appears far more calculated, suggesting long-term plans rather than a quick stopover. Los Angeles, often considered the entertainment capital of the world, is no stranger to celebrities, especially those transitioning or expanding into new territories. For Jungkook, this might be the next phase of his solo trajectory, away from temporary promotions and into establishing a personal global brand. More importantly, his presence in the US follows a recent wave of independent moves by other BTS members, such as J-Hope's fashion campaign with Louis Vuitton and RM's curated art projects. Jungkook, however, seems to be building something different, something possibly more global in vision and personal in focus. Observers are starting to link his activities in LA to several possible fronts: media collaborations, high-profile brand deals, and even unique partnerships with platforms like Weverse or fashion giants, such as Calvin Klein. These aren't just guesses. Each possibility connects logically with his past affiliations, current contract flexibility, and brand image. Let's explore these angles one by one. Weverse has long been the bridge between BTS and their fans, enabling real-time interactions and content drops that go beyond what standard social platforms offer. With Jungkook being one of the most engaged members on Weverse Live, the idea of him collaborating on a more immersive or high-budget Weverse-exclusive content format is not far-fetched. Several fans and Korean entertainment analysts believe that Jungkook might be working on a documentary-style series or a solo creative project. This could range from behind-the-scenes footage of his creative process to a serialized reality-type show documenting his journey through music, fashion, and possibly film. Notably, HYB has previously experimented with original content starring BTS members, like in the SWOP and Bon Voyage. A Jungkook-specific spin, designed for Weverse as a subscriber exclusive, could boost both the platform's global engagement and Jungkook's solo appeal in markets outside Asia. The technical team behind Weverse has reportedly been seen in LA on at least one occasion this year. Although no official statement confirms their connection to Jungkook's activities, the timeline and coordination hint at something in development. Such a project would be a logical step. It enables Jungkook to stay creatively active without committing to traditional media formats, all while reinforcing his personal bond with fans. Moreover, it aligns with Weverse's mission to create premium artist-led experiences without relying on external distribution channels like Netflix or YouTube. Then there's the fashion angle, undeniably strong in Jungkook's case. As a brand ambassador for Calvin Klein, he has already stunned fans and industry professionals alike with his campaign photo shoots, runway presence, and interviews. But many suspect that a mere brand deal isn't the limit. Could Jungkook be in LA to spearhead something new with Calvin Klein? Perhaps even a collaborative line. The fashion brand has a history of tapping into pop culture to create capsule collections. Just look at its past partnerships with musicians and models. Given Jungkook's influence and global reach, it wouldn't be surprising if he's now contributing creatively rather than just modeling. Speculations have also included the idea of Jungkook launching a limited edition line, designed or curated by him under the Calvin Klein brand. If such a project is underway, LA would be the natural base for design meetings, brand strategy sessions, and photo shoots. Adding to this theory is the fact that key figures from Calvin Klein's global team are also headquartered in Los Angeles. And just recently, a few fashion insiders reported private showings involving Korean stylists and US design consultants, again pointing to a high-level collaboration. But of course, these developments take time. A fashion collection, from concept to release, can span over a year. This may explain why Jungkook's LA schedule looks low-profile. He's laying the groundwork for something substantial. Jungkook's artistic ambitions have always extended beyond the recording studio. From directing some of BTS's behind-the-scenes footage to contributing heavily to visual and stage concepts, he has demonstrated a clear understanding of storytelling, performance, and visual communication. Being in LA could also mean potential discussions for acting or global endorsements that go beyond the Korean wave. Hollywood is increasingly receptive to Asian talent, especially those who bring an existing fan base. Could JUNGKOOK be exploring acting opportunities? Or perhaps narrative storytelling projects, like short films or even animation? These conversations aren't theoretical. Industry professionals are already discussing the growing role of Asian artists in US productions. The Korean cultural wave is evolving from a music trend into a multi-industry influence, and artists like JUNGKOOK are seen as pioneers of this transformation. For now, no acting project has been confirmed. However, fans did note that JUNGKOOK's agency has registered new US-based trademarks, some of which are related to multimedia content, visual production, and digital storytelling. It's possible that his stay in LA serves as both an exploratory and development phase for future announcements in entertainment. Even more telling is the pattern that matches what BTS members have done in the past. RM and J-Hope, for example, spent long periods abroad before their solo projects surfaced. In both cases, preparation was quiet, often going unnoticed until everything was ready for launch. JUNGKOOK, being a perfectionist and known for his attention to detail, would require time not only for recording but also for choreography rehearsals, conceptual planning, and stage development, all of which LA can accommodate with world-class resources. While he hasn't openly confirmed a new album or tour, the groundwork is being noticed. Adding further weight to the theory is HYB America's involvement. The label has been expanding aggressively in the US, acquiring local labels and opening production branches that cater specifically to international launches. With JUNGKOOK being one of their most globally marketable artists, HYB's US strategy may now be entering its next phase. With JUNGKOOK at the center, such a model allows for broader reach and adapts better to JUNGKOOK's current popularity beyond South Korea and Asia. It also reflects a growing trend in the industry where K-pop acts are blending their promotional methods with international strategies to cater to larger markets. Could he be testing stage concepts? Maybe experimenting with lighting, stage direction, or set designs for a solo concert. If this theory holds, it means that JUNGKOOK isn't just preparing a music release. He's crafting an entire live experience. Given his performance-heavy identity, any solo release from him would likely include choreographed stages and possibly an arena tour. LA is filled with the production resources needed for this. Choreographers who've worked with Beyoncé, lighting directors from Coachella, and sound engineers who've mixed for Grammy-level performances. If JUNGKOOK is building something large-scale, he's in the right place. One thing that often goes unnoticed is how vocal training and experimentation play a major part in pre-release preparation. JUNGKOOK, whose voice has matured and diversified over the years, is known to constantly refine his tone, pitch, and delivery. In fact, previous Weverse lives have shown JUNGKOOK talking about how much he values vocal control, range, and technique. Being in LA could give him access to world-class vocal coaches who can help him explore new sounds or improve live endurance for touring. Another layer to consider is collaboration. LA is where top-tier producers, songwriters, and audio engineers work daily on hits for global artists. JUNGKOOK has already worked with a few Western producers on past tracks like 7 and Standing Next to You. Given the recent rise in hybrid productions between Korean and Western sounds, his stay in LA could also involve writing camps or demo sessions with new collaborators. A few American producers recently posted vague studio images and captions about working with legends, prompting theories that JUNGKOOK may be among the unnamed guests. If true, JUNGKOOK may be seeking a diversified musical texture, one that mixes Korean lyricism with global appeal, aiming to dominate not just domestic charts, but also Spotify playlists, festival lineups, and even radioed. What's interesting is that none of these potential projects have been publicly acknowledged yet. This quiet mode approach isn't new for JUNGKOOK. He has often preferred revealing things only when he feels the quality is right and the message is clear. This level of discretion typically indicates something with high stakes. It also allows him creative freedom, away from the pressures of constant fan updates or premature press coverage. As of now, fans are left watching, speculating, and connecting the dots. From the location of his appearances to small cues in his fashion and travel patterns, Everything feels like a silent countdown.